April 9th, 1962. 40 applicants appeared at the first rehearsal April 5th, and all were auditioned. As it now stands, we have 3 flutes, 2 oboes, 4 clarinets, 1 French horn, 4 trumpets, 1 trombone, 4 percussion players, and 10 strings. The immediate need is to build up the string section, and this will be our next objective. Sincerely, Dr. Leon Stein, music.
This is a rare thing to see and to try to mesh together the community players and the professionals and everyone sitting side by side. For as difficult a thing as it could be, I think we've managed to sort of find a way to smooth it out and keep it consistent. The enthusiasm to get it done and to make a great concert is there.
The Skokie Valley Symphony for 50 years has always been a cornerstone of culture in the village of Skokie. The village likes to think of itself as a cultural mecca in the suburbs.
The goals of the orchestra are, number one, to provide music, good music, in the community, for the community.
April 13th, 2012. I would like to send my congratulations on the Skokie Valley Symphony's 50th anniversary. I am so happy that I was able to make music with the orchestra. I would like to send my best wishes for at least 50 more years of music making. Again, I send my heartiest congratulations. Itzhak Perlman.
Itzhak Perlman. He was absolutely delightful. He kidded around an awful lot. He liked to play his violin behind his back.
Our programming things that push the orchestra and that also improve the orchestra, that I can't ignore that as well. I need to understand fully what the orchestra is capable of playing and make sure that we can play wonderful concerts that they're proud of when we're done.
We've increased the difficulty of the music a little bit, and all of that is because the orchestra players are capable of doing it, and so we're trying to get everybody kind of a little bit better and a little bit better and a little bit better, and all of us learn and improve ourselves, and so we're getting to be to where we can play some pretty tough stuff. And
we play more difficult pieces every year, and that means that the orchestra is growing, of course, and we see achievement. 10 years ago or 8 years ago, we couldn't think about Mahler, and now we play Mahler, you see?
As long as we play well, we play with our hearts, and that we present them with a program that we're interested in, that we believe in, and that we trust they'll be interested in, and we present it that way, they will understand it and be able to sort of take something out of listening to it, not just simply hearing something. They are certainly engaged in that way, and I think that they appreciate it.
I feel so enriched by being exposed to not only music but the song and the violinist. It's almost like being transported.
Still maintain a nice high level of performance, and what I like to see being a senior citizen is how many senior citizens or near my age are in the orchestra and have been for several years, obviously.
I've been involved with the Skokie Valley Symphony long before I ever started playing in it. I was my parents, Karen Frost and Walter Grabner, play in the symphony and have for years, and so ever since I was little, they would just drag me to rehearsal, and then I would be sitting there playing with my toys and would listen in and get all the music absorbed, and I really loved it every year.
I'm so blessed, and I consider it a great gift to sit down once a week and make music with everyone in the group.
The second thing is we also provide music education for grade school kids.
You can really tell the effect that the entire concert has on the kids when at the end of the concert I answer questions. And the number of children that put their hand up, it's almost everyone in the audience wants to ask a question.
They really are engaged in it, and my hopes are that maybe it gives that final little push to someone who is thinking about going home and asking their parents if they can pick up a musical instrument.
reaction of the kids is great.
Phenomenal.
And the third arm is what we're doing now for the young artist competition, which we've been doing for many, many years.
Wow, this is quite a while ago. I was in high school at the time, and high school is quite a bit in my rearview mirror. And it was one of the first competitions that I had ever been picked as a winner, and also then one of my first times to ever play a solo with an orchestra.
I was really nervous, but I mean, the conductor was really nice and everything. But throughout the whole thing, I think I was just like shaking because I was scared I couldn't get in with the conductor. I wasn't going to come in time with the orchestra. And I think at this one point I did kind of get off, but I was thinking just like, oh, I need to get back on with them. But I mean, eventually I did, which is a good thing because I thought that, since I already messed up once, it can't be too bad. Like afterwards I can just relax. Like my first mistake, I've done it, and now I can just go all out.
That was my first experience with screened competitions. And so that was very interesting. I thought that was very good. The next round was a full performance. You played your movements, and it was a full recital for the finalists that made it to the next round. So I thought it was a very well-run competition, well set up, and a good performing experience.
And I'm sure in some way it contributed to my decision to become a professional musician.
So there have been quite a few winners from previous years that are outstanding players that play all over the world now. But for me, the last 5 years have been, the thing that's amazing to me is that we maintain the quality of player. For me, you would imagine some years are better than other years, but for us, for me judging in the finals, it's extremely difficult to choose somebody to win first, second, anything. So the level and maintaining that level has sort of spoken to what we do and how people know about the competition and the quality of players from all over the place, from all over the United States really, that come for this competition.
They're exciting, they're fresh, and they're excellent.
You would not believe the quality. I mean, it's amazing. It's hard to pick. I don't know how the judges choose. I'm glad I'm not a judge because I'd pick everybody.
And Skokie, I love the village of Skokie and the people of Skokie and the Skokie Orchestra because I've been with here so long. But I feel it's got a very prominent place in the community. I mean, we've had the mayor here many times. In fact, he's conducted the orchestra many times. And he's not a conductor. And he'll be the first to admit that as well.
And that was harrowing because I have no music talent whatsoever. So I came to practice, and it went well, as you would expect. The symphony knew what they were doing. I certainly did not. But after the practice had concluded, the first violinist took me aside and said, "Mayor, I detect that you're a little nervous. Let me put you at ease. You need do only 3 things. One is make sure you cue the drum with a flourish, move your hands, and then finish with us." And I must have looked at him somewhat mystified, and he said, "Don't worry, Mayor. We know the national anthem."
We had a conductor, and if the person playing the instrument made a mistake, he'd say, "You owe me a bottle of wine." Well, one day he made a mistake, and I popped up, "Now you owe us a case of wine." He didn't like that.
There's some stories I can't tell, so I better not do that.
The best thing should be the longer I play with this orchestra, the longer I enjoy this playing. So I want to play forever.
I've seen my first conductor that I played under was Leo Krakow. he really liked the percussion section. Some other sections I don't think he cared for as much, but he just loved percussionists, and so I got along fantastic with him.
You probably wouldn't peg either of us for sitting in with the symphony orchestra if you ran into us on the street, I'd imagine. Most
Really, it's a cool thing to do with my parents, and I love being able to play music with them and then share that with everybody else. So.
Sometimes I would come home from work totally exhausted, thinking that I'd start early in the morning. I'd be at the hospital by 6:30 oftentimes, and I'd work a long day. I'd come home, grab a little bite, and be exhausted. And we'd go out, no matter what kind of weather. Was it raining or snow or sleet or whatever? We'd go, and by the time we finished, I was exhilarated.
Yeah, you come home.
Come home on a high. I mean, you don't need drugs. Music is the best drug.
I remember that you were with them. It's something to remember, and it's a happy memory. It's a very happy memory.
It's like coming back home. This is kind of like my orchestra.
I will certainly always take away with me the grounding that this does for a musician, and I will appreciate that for, I hope, the rest of my career.
Only will get better, and we greatly appreciate everything that everybody has done to bring us this kind of quality